So it's been a little bit more than 2 hours and the bread has risen a lot. Actually, I accidentally poked the bread, so it was a little bit bigger before. Anyways, so this bread kind of looks like a little crusty thing got on there because it pushed the sheet off. You can see still got some dough behind there. A little sticky, but not sticking to the bowl because we greased it. And what I've done here is actually floured, lightly floured all the various cooking pans, just to show you in case you don't know. Butter a pan. What you do is just grab a small piece of butter, cut it off like that, and I have one last pan here to show you how to do it. Take it and you just rub it all the way along the inside of the pan. It's a nice layer of butter on the pan. And then what you do to save on flour is pan before, and a little heavy on flour. You get all the edges, you just kind of go along the side like so. And along. Next your pan there. Move to the next one. So obviously, if you don't have as many bread pans as I do, it might be a little bit more difficult to actually butter all your pans. So what we'll do is put a little layer of flour down here again, just to keep it from being sticky. And we'll take our dough that's been rising for the last few hours and stuff her on there. Or down the bowl, so push that in the sink. Alright, so knead this up again. So all I'm doing is just kneading it up really good to get rid of that crusty layer that we had on the top. If you don't mix it up good, you're going to have weird crusty stuff throughout your bread, which is no good. Yeah, one thing I forgot. You want to get your oven at 350. Let's start now, so once this is done rising, it'll be up to temperature. What I'll do now is I'll cut this up into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try and make 8 loaves out of this. Probably can get a few more loaves if you want to go something smaller, but just divide them up into those pieces. And they're all about the same size. Now for me, I got big enough hands, I'm going to have to knead this on the table itself, but then you need, this is what I do, you need each individual loaf. And it's a little bit stickier than when you left it. You can always add more flour if it's too sticky. What I'm trying to do here is trying to make the bread equal all over. So if you have it all twisted up like that, put it into the bread thing, it'll come out like that and you'll have weird lines inside. So I'm trying to just make one coherent ball of dough and then kind of elongate it out. Elongate it out like so. Or in your bread bin. And so I'm at alpha loaves of bread right now, but I'll let these things rise an extra, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. As soon as the oven gets hot, usually long enough. And they'll have risen a bit in the pans, and then they'll rise that last bit in the oven. So, and if your sizes aren't exact, don't worry. They all taste fine, as long as they're within probably 80% of the largest piece of bread's loaf size. I don't think the cooking times make a big difference. So before we cook, they'll be in the oven for about 40 minutes. with this dough, you can do a lot more than just make bread. I'm usually a big fan of making cinnamon buns out of them. So they're more like sticky buns, I guess, because it's bread dough as opposed to like a pastry dough. And what you can do is roll this flat, put on just butter the whole top of it, add brown sugar and some cinnamon, and that's it. And you roll it up and cut it into slices, and then you put them into a bun tray. And another neat way to use the bread recipe. You can also make buns by rolling up the smaller balls, and taking it from there. As far as versatility of it goes, there's a lot of different ways. Cook times change depending on what type of, making a bun or a cinnamon bun or loaf of bread is. So you have to figure that out by trial and error yourself. But yeah, for loaves of bread, 40 minutes is a safe bet. It'll get really brown on the surface, which is normal. So that's the crust. If you want it more crusty on the outside, raise the temperature up to 400 and reduce the cooking time by about 5 minutes. Once again, trial and error will help you with this. You can also sprinkle on spices on the top of them, such as oregano or even sprinkled cheese and the like, if you want to make fancier buns or bread. Even done cinnamon loaves before, which are pretty tasty. Alright, so the oven's up to temperature, and we can start throwing these first ones in. And right now, see they've risen slightly since when we rolled them in. Big thing is to make sure that the hot air can get around the bread on the inside of the oven, so I would strongly suggest that you put maybe 3 in there at a time. Set your timer for 40 minutes and wait. Until then, sit out here and rise a bit. And there you go. That's how you make bread. If you guys have any questions or concerns or failures on your recipe, post it on this video, and I'll try and get back to you if I can. If not, don't take personal offense. Alright, so our bread is done. Oh, see that? Nice golden brown delicious colored bread. So that's what your bread should look like. Take it out of the oven. There we go. And you just keep putting on 2 or 3 loaves every time.